All right. Hello. Looks like we are in business. We are recording. Don't worry, I shall edit out these funny parts. Okay. So let me go to present now and share. Tell me, guys, when you are able to see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Okay. All right. So now here we are. Ta-da-da! Okay. So, about one card readings. Do a reading with just one tarot card. Do you guys like the High Priestess card which I've put up here?
Yes. What deck is that from?
This is from a deck called the Steampunk Tarot and
okay.
by Barbara Moore. I will put the link in the video description when I put it on YouTube so you can go check it out, or you can just search for it on Amazon. But I love this deck, and I'm going to be playing with this deck today. And I especially chose this one because it had a lot of, it had actually, this deck has characters with that have cards, holding cards, So I'm like, yay, this is the one. So anyhow, today we are going to talk about how we can do readings with just one card. Sometimes just one card is enough. You don't need to have 20,000 different cards, right? So a little bit about me. As you guys already know, I am Madhvi. I run the site and own the site TaroticallySpeaking.com. I've been a tarot reader since 2006 and a mentor roundabout since then. Then I also read Lenormand cards, and I've also started reading Kipper cards. And you can find me on Facebook, Insta, YouTube, and Twitter. And when the recording will go up on YouTube, I will put the links in the video description as well if you don't have them already. And I have also written this book called Tarot Reading Using Storytelling Techniques. And in fact, today's technique kind of derives from this storytelling method, because it's all about looking at just that single card and delving into its story, right? You can find this book on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle. Also, on my website, you will also find this PDF guide. It's downloadable, and it has the tarot card symbol meanings, tarot card contextual meanings, quote card personality traits, and also numerological associations of the tarot cards. And do you see this code on screen? It's video 5.
Yes.
So if you use this code while buying this PDF guide from my website, you will get a $5 discount. How's that?
Cool.
All right. So today we are going to learn about the pros and cons of one card readings, because obviously there's going to be advantages and disadvantages. So that will help you determine whether to use one card reading in a particular situation or not. And we're going to learn how to do these readings. And of course, we're going to practice, because that reinforces our learning. And of course, simple rules: be respectful, participate, all of that. And most of all, have fun, because that's the important part, right? All right, so let's get into it. Pros and cons. What one card readings will do for you is give you to the point answers. The answers are very focused, they're not vague, because you'll just be pulling one card. You don't have the luxury or the freedom, so to speak, to have other cards with it. So it's just that one card, and you have to really get into that card and come up with the answer. All right. So this is also going to be like a very interesting exercise. This is going to help you take your reading skills that one notch further, right? But there is, of course, some cons, some disadvantages. Let's say you are doing a reading about a situation, then there are many other situations around it. So just this one card might not necessarily tell you much about those surrounding issues, right? And then there are some questions where you just actually need a detailed spread. So, for instance, if you're doing a big sort of Celtic cross reading, which is used for general readings in most cases, it talks about past, it talks about present, future, situation, environment. So when you're looking at all these different aspects of a situation, then just a one card is not going to be helpful. So some questions you just need a detailed spread. But for the most part, if you have very specific questions and you need some very focused answers, then a one card reading is your go-to. Okay? So how to do it? Actually, it's very simple. Just set your focus and your intent for the reading, right? Just like you do for any other reading. Set your focus, set your reading, set your intent. Sorry. Then do your opening prayer, right? And while you're shuffling, you can focus on the question you're going to ask. And then hold the cards in your hand and ask your question. It's just, whatever your normal rituals or methods are there for doing the reading, just do that. All right? But make sure your question is very clear. So that brings us to how to form the questions, right? Again, the questions need to be focused and they can't have multiple aspects of it because, we saw in the pros and cons, surrounding issues, really, you can't get much. It's just one card. And so while framing the question, you have to be very clear and precise and you have to ask open-ended questions. So these are questions that are not the yes no kind of questions, right? These are your examples like what is going on with XYZ situation, right? So something like this where you can get descriptive a little bit with the answer. Those are the kind of questions that you can ask. Ideally, to be honest, you can ask yes no questions and pull one card to get the answer, but that's like kind of again an advanced one. So let's practice this one today, and maybe a few months later when you guys are all practiced, I can do a webinar about how we can do one card yes nos. That'll be interesting, right? So all right, so for example, you can do card a day readings, obviously, with just one card, or if you're going through a certain situation in life, you can say, okay, what is the lesson I'm supposed to learn in this situation, or what's going on in XYZ, or how should I tackle this, or what is the guidance for this. These are just a few examples, but these are some really good ways in which you can really leverage the power of just using one card to get the answer to your question. And when you get, what happens when you pull the card, right? This is where your knowledge is going to come in handy. First and foremost, you got to be really good with the meanings and keywords, right? Don't you just love this justice card? Look at her. She's got cards in her hand, right? Do you see that? On a side note, right? So you need to have your meanings and keywords really down pat, right? Like when you see a card, you should know immediately what this card is all about. That keywords, those meanings should just quickly pop into your head. And then of course, intuition. But see, along with that, the next part is the storytelling and interpretation. When you look into the card image and you go a little bit deeper, and of course, you have to interpret this image within the context of the question. So say, for example, you have a question like, what was the previous one? What is the lesson in this situation, right? And you pull this justice card, for instance. You would be like, okay, so what is the lesson I'm supposed to learn in this situation? So what is the situation going on? A little context helps. Let's take Tori's example. Let's take the example of that guy who wanted to reconcile with his ex-girlfriend. Let's say you pull that, let's say he says, okay, but what was I supposed to learn from this experience with my ex-girlfriend? And you pull the justice card. Now we have a context. It is a romantic situation, and he's gone through a breakup, and he can't reconcile, or there is just no scope of reconciliation. This is the whole situation, and he wants to know what his lesson is now. And then the Justice card comes up, and you look at the card, and you look at the card's imagery for inspiring you. And what do you see here? You see one lady, she's standing there, and she's got like a pair of scales in front of her. And on one side, there seem to be like jewels and stuff, and on the other side is a feather, and she has cards in her hand which are now falling out. So now I'll just get creative, and I'm like, you know what? You have to really just go with the cards that you're dealt, right? Sometimes in life, no matter how balanced the situation is, sometimes in life, no matter how much you put into a situation, how much you put into a relationship, it is not meant to work out. These are the cards you're dealt with, and you got to take them, you got to accept them, and you got to move on. That is the decision you're supposed to make. That is the balanced approach you're supposed to take towards this whole breakup. Another angle could be, okay, Justice, this was a decision that maybe, the girlfriend took, the ex-girlfriend, she wanted to break up with him. So you got to respect her decision, and then, of course, accept the cards that you were dealt. So from different angles, you can come to that same point, and you can say, okay, this was the lesson that you were supposed to learn in this situation. Let's go take another example. Card a day, right? Although let's look at this one, Eight of Pentacles. Let's say you pulled a card a day and you looked at the Eight of Pentacles. How would you sort of interpret it? This card a day is going to tell you how your day is going to be like, right? That is the context now. So look at the story. Look at what's going on in the card. Looks like he's building something, he's making something, and he's making those pentacles and hanging them up, sort of displaying his work, right? So today is going to be a day where you really maybe work at something. Today is going to be a day where you will spend refining something, you perfecting something, getting better at your craft maybe. So,
or you may have a project.
Yes, absolutely. And then you'll be working on that project all day, right?
Right.
Lovely. So this is just, so just in this one card, and then you see there's the smoke and whatnot around him. So it could be like you'll be so into it that you will forget about the world. You will just get to work today, right? Look at that. So you don't need many cards. You just need that one card, and you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's the energy of the day, right? So you have to look at the card image, and you have to really get into it, and using your keywords and using your, the context of the question, you get into the story of that image and really let it flow, right? Get descriptive, get creative, get all storytelling. And seriously, you will see that this particular, just one card, gives you all the answers to that question that you have asked. So, before we head on over to practice, because, we need to practice, just a quick reminder, if you buy the Tarot Keywords Reference Guide PDF from my website, and use the code video5, then you will get a $5 discount. Yay! And if you want to see how it all looks like and stuff, you can just there's a sort of a button type thing there. You can download like a few pages and see for yourself how it looks like, because I give it both in portrait and landscape format, so you can use it whichever way you like. You can print it out, you can make a foil bound book of it like how I've done. You can get that done from Staples. It's fairly straightforward. Or you can just have the PDF in your devices, computer, iPad, a phone, whatever, and you can just access it easily anywhere you go. And because if you are using, apps like GoodNotes and stuff, then you can even add your own thoughts to the PDF. It's all sorts of good fun, right? Okay, enough sales. Let's get back to practice. Okay, so let's practice. Let's say for the card of the day, the energy of the day, you pulled the Chariot. What would your interpretation be?
Today you're going to be motivated. something. Or you might be taking a drive somewhere.
Yeah, see, because she's in a chariot, she's driving. What else? Look at the picture, tell me what's going on.
Now she's carrying an umbrella. It could be she should take care of herself
Mm-hmm.
and be protected.
Yeah, it could rain. Literally, right? I like this. I like this. Yes, because see, maybe because this is the energy of the day, right? So today she might be traveling somewhere because of work, perhaps, and it will rain, so she take an umbrella with her, right? It's sometimes go ahead.
And she seems to be very focused.
Hmm?
If she's wearing her glasses, but on her head, not on the eyes. And we can see that she is very focused.
Yes, yes, good, right? So as you really just get in, because you don't have other cards to distract you, you really get sink into this card and you get all that you can from this card, right? That's the plus point of doing one card readings. Hmm?
And ma'am, we can say one more thing that
Mm-hmm.
we can see that she is very well dressed up as well.
Hmm.
We can say कि according to the things which she is going to do in that particular day,
Hmm.
she is dressed up according to that only. Matlab she is ready for the challenges will come in her way.
Yes, absolutely. I like it. You see how we really get into it? All right.
Yeah.
Now the next one. What is the lesson in this situation? So let's just say this is a very general situation that's happening. Again, another card where the character's holding cards in a hand. This is the Three of Pentacles. What's going on here? What is the lesson here? What is our, what is our client supposed to learn from whatever situation is going on?
There may be take a team to get
Mm,
the project done.
yes,
You may have to work with others.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Or have somebody review your work.
Okay. This is a good one.
Mhm.
See, but this, what is she supposed to learn here? What is the lesson here? Yeah, the teamwork can be a nice one. Review. Sometimes it's good to have someone review your work. Huh?
Mhm.
What else? Shagun?
I'm thinking, ma'am.
Okay. I'm looking at that girl with the cards in her hand and I'm like, maybe you should just get a reading. Maybe you should just get some guidance.
Guidance, yes. I think so. Ma'am, because we can see that there is a girl
Hmm.
and there are one old man and one lady.
Hmm.
So we can say you will need help of the elder person or maybe listen to them. They are trying to say something to you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Listen to the guidance of the elders. Hmm. Yeah, because looks like he's got some major document with bunch of maths and symbols on it, right?
Right.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Next one. Let's look at what is going on. Right? Sometimes we just want to know what's going on with this scenario or this situation or with this person. And let's say you pull out the Six of Cups. How will you interpret this?
You may get a gift from someone,
Mm.
or somebody may be trying to apologize to you.
Okay, that's a good one. What's going on? I think they're just having a nice.
It's a goodbye thing.
Sorry.
Maybe somebody is going away, so they maybe say goodbye to you because all the
Uh-huh.
flower pots below are purple and white. but
Hmm.
the flowers he is giving are red.
Ooh. So he's saying goodbye. Wow, that's nice.
Maybe because he's not smiling, he's just staring at her.
Hmm.
Maybe he's unhappy.
Interesting. See now, immediately, what fun. Both of you have interpreted the same image, but from very different
Mm.
angles, right?
Right.
Actually, opposite.
Yeah. And see, this is where intuition comes into play because when we are doing a reading for someone, we are just picking up on their feelings, right? So, just like we saw, each card can be interpreted in 20 different ways, really. And so, what we are picking up on, what is the first thing that strikes us, is exactly what's going on in the energy around us. And that's what we pick up on. Lovely. Oh, this is a great example. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ah, how should I tackle this situation? Let's say this is a situation at work, right? How should I tackle it? You ask that question and you pull the Seven of Wands.
Stand your ground.
Ooh, I love that. What else? What else?
Mom, we can say you have all the resources, just use it well because all the tools are there.
Ah, nice. I like it. Yep. Both these meanings, right? Just stand your ground, use your tools, use your resources. And I like her expressions. I'm like, just stare at your enemy, like,
Mm.
that was my first one. I was like, just stare them down. Give them a dirty look.
Mm.
Okay.
Ma'am, we can say if the person is very demotivated, so we can say कि fight like a warrior.
I like that. Yes.
Because mountains are behind her, so maybe.
Yes. Fight like a warrior. I like it.
And
Awesome.
ma'am, we can see one more thing.
Go ahead.
I was saying कि we can say कि you will please fight like a warrior and you will achieve something because I think she is standing over a trunk or something or maybe the trunk can give her surprises.
Hmm. Interesting. So there are surprises in store, and so you have to fight like a warrior and be aware and be sort of prepared for surprises.
Mm.
Interesting.
Mm.
Hey, I like it. Hmm. Okay, so next one. This is the Six of Swords. If you didn't see, the swords are painted on the hot air balloon above their heads. So this is a guidance card. So they're asking for guidance. Let's say it is for a romance situation. We already did work, so come back to romance. So it's about a romantic situation. What is the guidance? What would you tell if you just pulled one card?
Time to move on.
Oh, I like it. What else?
Take the high road.
Because they're flying, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Have trust.
Okay. Trust the process. Hmm.
Mm.
Nice, nice. Yeah. So just, because of that whole the flying thing, I for me my interpretation was, try to see the big picture, right?
Right.
So, and that will give you the direction, that in which you need to move forward. So, but this is good. This is good. See how all of us have different perspectives on the same card. This is the most exciting part, of having a bunch of people get together and looking at just one picture because everybody sees things in their own way, which is perfect. And that's why tarot is unique because now each reader has a different way of looking at things, right? So, here are some additional practice questions. And if you're seeing that image on the right, that I found that today morning on Pinterest, so I just put it there. We can literally use our one card reading spreads to do all of these questions, more or less. So, if you guys want to practice, we can do that. I'm going to leave this on the screen. 1 second. Because, yeah, that was the last slide. So let me bring this up and play in a window. Okay, so I'm going to make this a big thing, and if I stop presenting, then you will not see this, right?
Yeah.
तो कैसे करें? How do we do this? I do want to leave this on screen.
I don't know, ma'am. I don't think today is right day for me because I even can't see you.
Okay. Okay. But can you see, were you able to see the screen though, Shagun?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good then. So let's do this. Let's leave I'll leave these questions on the screen. I'll make this as big as I can. Oops.
Ma'am, you don't need to. We can zoom it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Now you can see, right? We can all practice, right?
Yeah, maybe you can get the cards from online. You know, if you want to get some cards from online instead of you showing us your card.
Oh, that way. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We all
Okay.
can pull cards for ourselves if we want.
Okay.
Okay, so we can pick a question. Let's do it this way. Let's all of us pick a question, and each of us can pull one card at our end. Okay, and then let's interpret. What do you say?
Okay.
All right. Cool. So, what question do you want to?
I'm the first one.
How do the next 6 months look like?
Yeah.
Okay. What a card I got. Okay. Tell me your cards, people.
And I got the 3 of Pentacles.
Ooh.
And that was a jumper card.
Ah.
So I'm going to be working.
Yes. But what kind of energy will that work have?
It definitely will not be by myself.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
What else? What else?
And okay, so these particular cards, it shows 3 women, and then there's 2 women giving the pentacles to another woman, but it's almost a picture of like a honeycomb, honeycomb. So it's like it's gonna be busy. You're gonna be busy. I'm gonna be busy.
Oh yeah, honeycomb like bees.
Yes.
Oh, busy. Bzz, 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 bzz. What about you, Shagun? What did you pull?
Ma'am, I have pulled a card of New Vision, which is in Major Arcana.
New Vision is also number 12, right?
Number 12.
Hangman.
But this is from the, I know Shagun uses the Osho Zen deck. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
So tell me what.
The picture in the card is, there is a square, and from the square there is a rectangle, and from rectangle there is becoming a circle. And there is a kid. There is a kid. Actually, he's crawling, and just above the kid there is a full-fledged man. The kid has now become a man.
Okay.
So we can say that there is time for some new beginning, or some chapter will be closed very soon and new chapter will begin.
I love it. I love it. So in the next 6 months, there will be a big change because it's a major arcana also, right?
Mm.
So there's a big change.
Yeah.
And an old chapter will
Yeah.
begin. I mean, old chapter will end and a
Mm.
new chapter will begin.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I ended. You wanna add to this?
Ma'am, one thing I'm not understanding, matlab, there are pictures as well. Matlab, there are some squares and above that one triangle and above that one circle. I don't know what does that mean.
Oh well.
The shape and sizes.
See, square, I believe, talks about a structure, right, as a shape. Triangle, the upward facing triangle is a fire triangle, that much I know. And circle is completion and
Mm.
wholeness, right? So we have structure, we have passion, fire, and we have wholeness. So that's what's happening. With structure and
Okay.
passion, you will accomplish wholeness.
Mm.
Tori, you want to say something?
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to say
And there is one
something.
more thing in the picture.
Sorry?
And there is one more thing in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the picture says that the kid and the man, they both are having the roots in their legs and whole of the body.
Right.
They all are having roots.
Hmm.
And once the man has become, now the man is having a feather in his hand.
Correct.
But the hand is made up of feathers. So we can say ki, you will be grounded,
Yes, you will be grounded
hence you
and
will
you
fly
will,
away as well.
yeah, and you will have divine connections, blessings, right? Or be ready to fly, something like that.
Oh wow.
Mm. Mm.
This is a good deck, huh, Tori? You might enjoy it. Check it out, the Osho Zen Tarot. I think I did a flip
Okay.
through on it. It's on my. I'll send you the link later. I think I did a flip through of it a while back on my site on my YouTube, so you can check it out. This is a good one. Good one. I liked it. Hmm. So, guys, I ended up pulling the Hermit card.
Oh wow.
I'm like, no. One part of me is like, why? Because Hermit is about solitude typically. So I'm like, come on. I just got done with saying that I'm done with feeling sick and being at home and I want to go out and do stuff, right? And this is next 6 months. But then I looked at the image of the hermit here, and this shows the hermit standing on top of the mountain with his, lantern and everything. And, it's a typical hermit image. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's not quite, solitude is not quite what the cards are saying. They're saying that, hey, you will continue to share your knowledge. You will continue,
Right.
right? You will continue to be the shining beacon of knowledge in the world. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but yes, the next 6 months definitely look like I will be pursuing maybe even my own knowledge journey, but at the same time, I will also be sharing what I learn with the world, and that is what I feel the next 6 months is gonna be like. Gosh, I love this card. Beautiful.
Mm.
Okay, there's
Okay, ma'am, can I ask one thing?
go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, the time when I'm shuffling my cards, one card just pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe it has some meaning, so should I ask for that card as well?
Sure, sure. What card pulled out?
And that card is completely opposite. That card is fighting card, which is like a knight of swords.
Hmm.
And the
Interesting.
picture says that there is a old man, but around 60 or 65 year old.
Mm.
So the whole body is covered with metal. He is having a metal body, and it is having all the nuts and bolts to the body.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see he's wearing a bangle kind of sort of thing, which is having a pointed nails all
Mm-hmm.
over.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see even his face is also covered with a metal helmet,
Hmm.
and his eyes are blood red, or maybe he's too much in anger. Even he has just folded his arms, and And suppose we hit a ball and we get the white stain of the ball in our hand. So his hand is
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. Okay. So if you want to
So
combine, see now we are going. So let's say if we would have normally we would have combined both these cards, right? Your new vision with this fighting. But let's say the answer is fighting. Next 6 months, this is going to be the energy, right? How would you interpret it?
I can say कि, I will have too much of emotions coming out my way, but I
Hmm.
cannot express that because I'm having a metal body.
Okay.
They can't go out. Or secondly, I will have too much of anger because of that. Matlab, see, this is the picture saying, and behind that picture, there are two persons in the cloudy thing. They are fighting
Hmm.
with each other. They are holding each other's neck or something. So we can say कि I have maybe um,
You'll be fighting.
I am thinking too much of others.
Hmm. You'll be
I
clashing
am
with other
thinking too much
people's,
of
or maybe
others.
your opinions might be clashing with other people's opinions, so you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And also on one angle you can even say sometimes maybe with the metal body and all, you're just so rigid, you need to maybe be a little bit more flexible. Now we are going into
Okay.
guidance territory here, right? So see, this is how this card can, the same prediction can also be like a guidance, right? So you're going to be very
Mm.
inflexible, very rigid, and you're going to be your opinions are going to be clashing with other people. So that could also
Mm.
be. So if now I know we are, this one is focused on one card readings, but if we were to take this card and that new vision card, right, and interpret it together, you would see that okay, the sorry. So then you can say that, hey, the cards are basically telling you that maybe through this, maybe you have to really go and break through the wall, and that's when that transformation will happen for you,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those times where you will learn the lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay, now
tough one.
one more thing.
Mm.
One more thing. If you are doing a one card reading, it could be a negative, a reverse, or it always be a positive reading.
Oh no,
But
it can be. You
the
can do
upside
reverse
down.
cards also if you use reverse cards. I use reverse cards, so I totally read reverse cards. And if it's a reverse card, depending on the question and the context and everything, I would look at that reverse card mostly like, say, this is a blockage, or this is where things are not working, or depending on the card meaning. If it's a good one, I'd be like, hey, like for instance, if it's five of wands reversed or five of swords reversed, I'd be happy, right? That conflicts and all of this are going away. So in that case, I would be like, fine, but that means that the conflicts will come and then they will go, right? Or whatever conflicts were there, they will go in the next 6 months. So you have to really see the context of the situation. So I always like to see reverse cards, or rather like to use them, because they bring the whole how do you say, the answer, they will highlight it, right?
Mm.
Now I want to do the next one, which is, what can I do to create the life I desire? You guys want to try that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a heavy one. Hmm. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I have the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands in this deck, the Afro Goddess deck, it has a woman. It has the nine wands. Then has a woman holding one of the wands. So she's not wrapped up in a bandage. She is standing there in front of the holding one of the wands on top of it. She's holding the top, and she's standing there. And what it basically says to me is that I have to set boundaries.
Ah.
And it has the sun. You can see the sun a little bit. So basically, I have to create clear boundaries. And she's standing there like, don't you? This is kind of a fence. You can't cross this line. So, and she looks pretty tough.
Nice. I like it. Wow. I like this whole boundaries. So now if you bring it to the context of the question, in order to create the life you desire, you need to be able to set boundaries.
Yes, set clear boundaries. Because, I understand it.
Okay. Okay. All right. What about you, Shagun?
So, ma'am, I got a card of Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Major Arcana card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number?
And ma'am, it is a 15.
Thunderbolt? Oh yeah, okay, 16. Okay. Tower. Ooh, wow, okay.
And ma'am, I have got this card in reverse.
Tower reverse. Okay, that's a good one. Go ahead.
So ma'am, you can say there will be no stability.
No, we are not asking for next 6 months. We are asking what you can do to create the life you desire.
Be stable and take wise decisions.
Okay. What else? What's happening in the picture? Tell me.
So ma'am, if we talk about the upside down picture, so there is a Buddha image behind the picture. So Buddha, and there are 4 sets of candles, the lighting of that.
Fire.
I don't know, mashal.
Fire. You can say fire.
So we can see 4 sets of that, and each is having 3 or 4 sticks together, and there is a man and a woman, and they both are naked, and they both are flying.
Right, they're
Apart
falling,
from each other.
They're falling actually, right? And the thunderbolt is hitting this man from Buddha from all sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we talk about reverse, we can say ki,
go on.
Don't fall apart. Just listen to each other. In case of you should listen to each other and be stable. Don't lose your hope.
Right, and also what I like about the Thunderbolt card, whether you put it upright or reverse, the Thunderbolts are not going anywhere, right? And they will cause the changes. See, now in the Buddha, like that being is supposed to be balanced and grounded, but with the fire in all those places, everything is going to change, right? And regardless of whether this card is upright or reversed, the change is inevitably going to happen. Now you can tackle it in what way you want to tackle it. So I think in the reverse, the card is telling you that instead of taking it as a destabilization of everything, you can look at it positively and say, in order to create the life I desire, I need to change the way it's all structured. And instead of letting everything come as a surprise or a shock to me, I can look at this whole thing as a lesson and say, okay, we need to tackle this together without letting all these changes destabilize us.
Right. That's how I took it. You don't have to keep.
Ma'am,
You
can
don't
we
have
say
to
one
fall
more?
apart.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And then we can say one more thing. As the both are naked, so we can say that each of you knows all the secrets of each other.
Right?
So
Yes.
respect that thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't use that against each other because a card is opposite.
Oh, yes, yes. See, be honest with each other. There is no need to sort of argue or disagree, but be aware that the world is changing, your life is changing, your structures in life are changing, and use that in your benefit rather than to sort of let that pull you closer rather than pushing you apart,
Hmm.
right? Because the change will come. This is with the tower, with the thunderbolt, you know that that change is coming regardless. Reverse tower only means that it will be a little manageable. So if the changes are coming,
Hmm.
use that to create that life in a positive way. And if the structures of your life itself are changing, then so be it. Go with the flow more, right?
Hmm.
Instead of letting that because I think when the tower comes or when the thunderbolt comes is when you have become so used to that rigid structure that the universe is saying, nope, this structure has to go, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be tough. So in order to create the life you desire, you got to let go of those structures and use that change to bring you closer and more and to create more honesty, right? Make sense?
Hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
help me interpret mine, yeah, guys. I got the Ace of Pentacles. I really don't know what to make sense of this. So let me let me describe this card to you. It's your traditional hand with the pentacle thing, but then from below the pentacle is this light feature, and it's shedding light on the hand holding the pentacle. And of course, there's a garden and everything. So, in order to create the life I desire, I need to what? Make money. Everybody knows that. But what else? Right? I'm trying to see the more sensible angle of this, more helpful angle of this.
Um, Ace of Ace. You said Ace of Pentacles, right?
Hmm.
Mm,
This is going to be a mystery to me. In order to create the life I desire, I need to create this, right? I need to make this happen. I need to make it happen. I need to materialize all my gifts into reality, right? Because pentacles are the materialization of all of it, right? The thoughts, the ideas, the passion, everything comes into fruition. I'm just going with the flow here, right? So when we are talking this way, Ace of Pentacles means that I'm going to have to gather all of it, right? In order
right.
to create all my whatever the life I desire, I need to take my passion, I need to take my, which is the wands energy, I need to take my intellect and logic, which is the swords energy, I need to take my emotions and creativity, which is the cups energy, and I need to bring all of that together, and the spiritual energy, of course, from the major arcana, all of it together, coming and making it a real solid tangible thing, uh,
Right.
like a pentacle,
Right.
right? I need to make that. I need to manifest it.
You
I
need to
need to.
manifest it and also see the
Hmm.
opportunities coming your way.
Hmm. And then I need to set it free, I guess, in the world. Oh, what a lesson.
Ma'am, the Ace of Pentacles in my deck would be the maturity card, which is in rainbow.
Hmm.
Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Ma'am, if I need to explain this card, I would say there is a snake around the lady. So,
Ah.
if first I'll explain the card says there is all black and all darkness around it,
Hmm.
and in the darkness there is a lady, and the figure of the lady is full of stars and all the colors. As the background is dark, the lady is full of colors, and there is a snake which is covering the lady, and the snake is eating its tail itself.
Right.
So we can say that the situation will be situation may be negative, but find some positivity and look at your inner beauty,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you should appreciate yourself.
Okay.
And we can say that when what goes around comes around, as a snake is eating itself, the chain will not be broken anyway.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So I should just basically, if I'm combining this one with the card I pulled, it's like basically I should just use my own talents to make it
Yeah.
happen, right? I have the power to make it happen.
You have the power to make it happen. And also, I see that the light is shining on the pentacles. So you have to be able to see the opportunities that that hand has to offer you. So
And ma'am, in my card, I can see that the lady is not opening her eyes. Matlab, with a very small opening, she's seeing the things. She's not open up her eyes. So we can say ki, open up your eyes and look around you. The happiness is within you and it's around you.
Wow, yes. I like it. Wow, thank you, guys. I like it. But basically this card is telling me that I have to do the work. It's not gonna magically drop in my lap.
it could magically happen. Magically, now you can manifest it. You can manifest something, but you have to also be able to see it because it's shining. The light is on there. You got to be able to see this opportunity. So it's going to be lit up for you.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be lit up for me, and then I need to open my eyes and look around so I can see where
Right.
it's lighting up, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
that's what I need to do. Huh, this is good. This is good. Thanks, guys. You guys are great. Okay. So, which question you want to try next?
Um,
Okay. What do I need to know right now?
okay.
Okay. This is hmm. All right. So, who wants to go first?
I have the Six of Wands, and in this card they have a woman with an orange dress on. It looks like she's standing on a cloud, and the sun is behind her, and she has one wand in her hand that has like a vine of going around it, and then she has five of the other wands that it's almost like she can grab those wands, but she could reach those wands too. For me, like it's not like the right away Six of Wands. you have a woman here. She's standing confidently, standing with one wand in her hand. Something is growing. I don't know how to take it, but she's standing on the cloud. So she is already high. She has kind of like one of those wreath things on her on her forehead.
Okay.
Yeah, and then her hair is around it. I don't know how to take this.
Okay, what's the keyword for 6 of Wands usually?
Celebration, like celebrating other people are celebrating your victory.
Right. And then now try to go from there, because if and now look at the picture. She's standing on the cloud, so maybe she's you're when they say you're on cloud 9 or cloud 7, right?
You're on cloud 9, and everything is clear. That's how I take the sun. Everything is hot, and clear. You can see what's going on.
Right. And success is within your grasp, something like that.
Oh, I like that.
So I mean, what you need to know right now. So if you bring all of that back in the context of the question, you're like, okay, what do I need to know? You need to know that, you need to be happy, positive, maybe seeing things very clearly, and success is within
and appreciative. That's what came to mind.
Sorry?
I should be appreciative.
Okay. Shagun, what happened? What card did you pull?
So, ma'am, I got the card of 5 of Swords, which is a comparison card, and there are 2 types of tree trunks are there. One is for bamboo tree, and the other is banyan tree.
Correct.
But you can say one is a very slim tree, and the other is a very thick and broad tree. So I don't think there is much to explain. But maybe if I say what I need to do right now, so I can say I should not compare myself with others.
Correct.
Everyone has their own destiny and challenges.
Correct. And both are great. Both the strong tree and the bamboo tree both have their uses and their advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons, right? So instead of getting into the differences of it, you can just look at the advantages and make sure you take advantage of the advantages and try to work around the disadvantages. Make sense? I love this card. This is a good one. This is a very nicer interpretation of the 5 of Swords, if you ask me personally. You guys, the card I got is the 5 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Now the picture in the steampunk tarot is that this guy is sitting in a bar, or rather he's sitting on a bar stool, but his head is in his hands, like he's kind of on sad. And then there's 3 cups of wine that are spilled right beside him, and then the bar lady is holding a tray with 2 cups, and behind her are shelves with bottles and big sign that says liquor on it. So but this is reverse though. So what do I need to know right now is probably the kinds of things: stop feeling so melancholy, or stop feeling so down on yourself. Get up and stop complaining and whining and get off your ass and get going, get to work. I like how my cards just tell me to my face. But seriously, 5 of Cups is all about grieving, and what they're showing here, the scene is that he's basically just drowning his sorrow in drink, and so he's just feeling super sad. But in the reverse, it's saying stop grieving, stop feeling sorry for yourself, stop being so sad about what happened. Just get up and deal with what is around you, and what life, whatever is there in your life. Get back to life.
To life. And also, you could get a drink now. You could see the drinks.
Yeah, maybe what she's holding in, what the barmaid is holding in her hands is not drinks but water. Get sober.
Right.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Don't you just love it when your cards just literally tell you to your face, like, tack, go.
Right.
My first intuition when I saw it was like, stop being sorry for yourself. You're just be done with it. Like, get on with it. I'm like, okay. Oh, I love it when my cards just tell me to my face. I'm like, thanks. I needed to hear that. All right. You guys want to try some more questions, or it's like 1 hour 14 minutes into. So I don't know if you guys have other things you want to do. If not, we can still continue for a little bit, or if you want to. What I'll do is I will also make a PDF of this page, these questions, and I will put them in the YouTube video description so you can practice with it. Okay.
Mm.
So do you want to continue a little bit longer, or it's good?
I would like to continue.
Okay. Shagun?
Ma'am, I have to rush for the dinner, but there is one thing I can't. I'm not able to understand this. But in my card,
Hmm.
in my deck, it would be clinging to the past, which is fifth number card.
Hmm.
And if I see this card, there is a lady. The lady is not having her head. She's having a cube instead of a head.
Hmm.
And the cube is a big cube, and the all the sides are like normal cubic sides.
Hmm.
The cemented side. The one side is having some puzzle sort of thing, and it's having lots of lips in it.
Hmm. So it's
And
the
there are
past.
some waves which is coming from one lip to another.
Right. So this is
And
talking
we can,
about stuff coming from the past that she's carrying in her head, right?
ma'am, it will be the when we will read the card upside down, and if
Hmm.
we are reading the card reverse, what does that mean?
So stop carrying all this stuff in your head. You're clinging to the past. You're carrying all of this in your head. It's not her head. She's holding it in front of her head, right? This whole cube of
Yeah.
the past, or maybe it's fitting on top of her head, one way or the other. The point is, she's holding it. She needs to let it go, right? So if we interpret this imagery from the Osho Zen deck, oh, I love it. If we interpret it this way in the reverse, it means you're holding all these things of your past. You're holding that, and it's creating problems because now you can't see what's in front of you. You're holding on to the past. So you need to let it go, right?
And
So,
then one more thing, she is maybe she's very poor or what? She's wearing clothes which is having a patches
hmm.
on that, or maybe she's wearing something like too big for her size or something. What does that mean? Well, I don't know, but I'm not understanding this part.
Okay, so that denotes hardship, right? That's symbolically, it's denoting hardship. So you're clinging to your past, you're just sort of, how do you say it? You're absorbing, or your head is surrounded, or you filled your head with your past so much so that you've created your own hardship, right? But if
Hmm.
you reverse that card and you tell her that, look, this is what you need to know. You have created your hardship. You have created your troubles because you're clinging to the past. You are the one who needs to let it go. You're holding it. You need to drop it. Make sense?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Huh? Because see that
Yeah,
the
ma'am. Yeah.
tattered clothes or the old patch wale clothes, basically they're symbolic, right? They denote hardship and difficulty. So same say similarly in this, the imagery with the bar and everything. It's the same thing. You have created. I could even apply this imagery there and say, okay, you have created your own sorrow, right? You have created your own,
Hmm.
self pity. Five of Cups is often also the card of self pity, to be honest. So you are going into that self pity mode, and you are carrying your own sorrow with you everywhere you go. You need to drop it. You need to let it go. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm. Good.
It actually made me think.
This was advice for me, though. Okay. So, which question? Okay, then let's do one more question, all right? And because I have to go at 12:30. For me, I have another thing coming up, but so we can do one more question. Okay? Which question?
Okay.
Which question you want to do?
What can I do to manifest my dream career?
Where? Which one is it? Where is it? It's in the Pinterest picture.
Sitting down.
Oh, okay. What can I do to? Okay. Okay. Hmm. What a card I got. Okay. What's
Same here. I don't know what to say.
Bolo? What card did
I
you pull?
got the card of a master.
Master.
The card which make the Osho Zen different from others.
Ah, okay. Okay. That's interesting. What does that card denote? I mean, it shows the photo of Osho, but what is it all about? What is the meaning in terms of,
Ma'am, yeah, we can see a picture of Osho, and he is, if we see,
Hmm.
so he's not seeing in front, he's seeing some diagonally or something. So if I see the card, I can see that he's seeing on somewhere around right side of mine. Or we can see there is a full moon above his head, just above his head,
Hmm.
and the light of the moon is coming to him, and his beard is like shining very high, and it is all white.
Hmm.
And if we see, we can see some small veins coming from the moon to his body, or maybe from his body to moon, and it is all colorful, in a rainbow color, you can see.
Hmm. No, no, but what is the essence of that card? What does it mean? What does it say? What is the meaning of just that card by itself? Seven?
Ma'am, I have interpretation
Mm-hmm.
of the card. Can I read it out for you?
Sure, 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 sure.
So, the card says, this card is ultimate card. It appears in strong indication of divine power,
Hmm.
appearance in life and in daily scenarios. It suggests to be the master of oneself rather than conquer others.
Uh-huh. Wait, wait, wait. Be a master
This
of
is the
yourself.
Buddhist language.
Wait, wait, wait. Be a master of yourself rather than.
Uh, rather than it suggests to be master of oneself
Hmm.
rather than con- to conquer others.
There you go. Ah. Okay. Okay. What
So
else?
this is what the
That's all.
that's all. This is what British language said about this card.
Okay. So this card basically says be your own master, right?
Hmm.
Conquer yourself rather than others, right? So now let's take that meaning and apply it to the context of the question. What can I do to manifest my dream career, right? And in order to manifest your dream career, the guidance is be your own master rather than and conquer yourself rather than conquering others. So let's bring it into the practical plane because it's all about career and practicality. So being your own master means maybe going in business for yourself, right? And conquering yourself could be conquering your fears about going into business for yourself. And instead of conquering others or working for others, work for yourself and conquer your fears. So in order to manifest your dream career, perhaps the cards are suggesting to be your own master, to be the boss, start your own business.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Another angle for this is because he's a master, he's a guru, right? So another angle that came to my mind is when we haven't read the interpretation that you read, was to perhaps seek the blessings of a divine master to guide you in this department, right? But then I like how your interpretation from the book is also very accurate. See, this is again good. So now we have two different approaches to this question. So you could do both. You could seek the guidance of a divine guru or a divine teacher, and then, with his or her blessings, you could go start your own business. That sort of thing is also worthwhile. Does that make sense?
Okay.
What about you, Tori? Do you have anything to add?
I don't. When she said like almost like master your craft, that's what came to my mind.
Nice. Yeah, master your craft, right? I like this. So this is an additional, right? So you could do all of these things and that would help you manifest your dream career. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Tori, what card did you pull?
Okay, I had the Two of Pentacles.
Uh-huh.
And in this card, the woman, there's a woman standing with a hat on with two feathers coming out from the hat. She's holding two pentacles, one in one hand and the other in another hand. And it's not really balanced, so one is a little bit higher than the other. They have the infinity symbol. Behind her is a waterfall.
Oh, okay. Waterfall.
And then there's a waterfall, and then you also see the I guess it would be considered like a river. Not you see the water, the calm water behind, but there's a waterfall first.
So the waterfall gets in a lake or a water body of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the side of it is I guess bush, not, but it's greenery. And then the water is coming down. So there's a calm area, and then the water comes down, and then another calm like lake or pond or whatever. So this, to manifest my dreams, I probably would have to do two types of things, manifest my career. So I would have like two careers. But one will be kind of like something will be done on the side.
Okay. I like how you interpreted that.
I say on the side because she's holding the two pentacles and one is kind of lower than the other. So there's one that's gonna be making the real money, and then one I'm not saying, but it's not gonna be as balanced. So that's why I said the side. And she's standing on top of a rock. The thing about it is I could see this hat with the two feathers. How do you interpret that?
Okay. Well,
I don't know if
feather
that's
in your
significant.
cap, right? Remember when they say feather in your cap, or even when you look at the feather in your Rider-Waite fool, right? He's also wearing a feather, or the sun card, the fellow is wearing a feather. It essentially talks about an ability or a talent. It's like, remember when we have the saying, it's a nice feather in your cap, so it's like a good accomplishment, right?
Okay,
And so
okay,
now this lady has two feathers. So it's like she's got two feathers in her hat. So I mean, you're accomplished with one thing, but you're also accomplished with another thing. And that goes with the whole, two pentacles vibe that's going with the card as well. So if you are pretty accomplished with two different things, and like you said, in order to manifest your dream career, one will be, say, slightly higher, more, you'll be doing it more, or it'll be a little bit more important, but one will also be there on the side, and there will be two different things. So even if it feels crazy with that waterfall, it'll come into a calm place.
oh, coming to. But how do you interpret the waterfall?
Oh,
You
waterfall is water is flowing, right? It's just dropping.
okay?
So water is emotions, creativity, intuition, right? So
Okay.
it's just coming at you, but then even if it's coming at you full force, it ultimately falls into that water body, lake, pond, river, whatever. But and then it becomes calm, it becomes manageable and handleable.
Oh, okay, and you're able to manage it. Okay.
And she's standing on that rock. I like that part. It's because she's now, she's standing on something really solid.
Oh,
So if you take all of that, so it looks like you will be doing two different things side by side,
okay.
that with deal with two different accomplishments or achievement abilities that you have, and you'll be doing all of that in order to manifest your dream career.
Okay. Good for me.
I like it. Oh my gosh.
So, what is your card?
See, this is interesting. Today the cards have chosen to challenge me with the Ace of Pentacles. Today, in order to manifest my dream career, the cards have said Hanged Man reverse.
Oh, okay. So
So
you already know. You already know.
yeah, yeah. So
You just gotta
also
do.
this is oh yeah, I like your so what I see here is obviously, when I see this Hangman guy reverse, it looks like he's standing on the ground actually, and with his hands like going yay. He's standing on one leg, like he's doing yoga, and then he's like yay. So typically, if we were to interpret it, hangman reverse means now is time to use all the knowledge that you have acquired by, say, diving within, right? Now you're ready to make it happen. And that's the feeling I'm getting with hangman reverse here, is that you, and like you said, you already know what to do, so just get to it.
Right, right. You've been enlightened. You have the time to be patient. Let's just do it.
Yeah, now's the time.
Now
Oh,
is the time.
the cards are basically just whooping my ass today, so
Right.
they're like, stop being so dramatic. Enough with the melodrama. Get to work.
Get to work.
Ouch. Man. There's got to be some kind of tarot deck for procrastinators, right? That just says, yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Both feet on the ground. It's already balanced. Let's go.
Yeah, you can take it slow. There's no rush. No, this one says, get to work. It's about time. It's high time.
High time.
Mm. Shogun, do you have anything to add? Okay. All right. So here, hang on one second. I'm going to stop the presentation. Where are we? Where's my browser? Okay. So here I am again. What I'll do is I'm going to make a PDF of the presentation, and I will put the PDF link in the video description on my YouTube. So I should be putting up the video by end of day today. So you guys can go there, download the PDF, and so you'll have the questions and everything. And so practice, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
This was fun.
This is fun, isn't it? Sometimes you don't need to have 5-7 cards. You just need one card to tell you that, get to work. Or whatever.
Or we can see one card itself has a story.
Sorry?
One card itself has a story to say.
Yes, it does. It's kind of refreshing because when you have several cards, you can spread it out over different cards and you can jump from one card to the next. But when you're just saying no, I just want to have one card, that focus is so powerful. It's brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yes, so guys, please practice as much as you can. And if you have any questions, any queries, or anything at all that you want to discuss with me, you can always email me, you can always message me, and I will reply as soon as I see your message. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you both for making this such a lovely webinar. I enjoyed doing this after such a long time. Yay!
I love it too.
Good. I'm so glad. Okay, so I will put all of this in a nice YouTube video, and I guess I will see you guys next time. Please sign up for the newsletter because I occasionally send those out, and subscribe to me, follow me somewhere on the internet so you get to know what's coming up next. Okay, and I will do another webinar I think next month, and in that let's see what we will talk about. I'll come up with something. Unless you have suggestions for me, if there's a very specific topic you want me to really get into, email me, let me know, make my life a little bit easier.
Maybe you could get into timing, like doing I don't know if you want to, but
okay, that is something I will think about it. I will genuinely think about it. This is a question that often comes at me, and I will have different approaches that I can share with you. Okay, thank you. Right away. Next topic. This is my next webinar. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.